This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Philip Chan for the iPhone app review. Today we're taking a look at an app called the Ugly Duckling. Here it is right here. By the famous writer Hans Christian Andersen. So, the Ugly Duckling. This is a storybook game app by Team ICH. And it's available in 4 different languages, as you can see at the bottom here. Just tap to switch over. And let's go back to English. Whoopsie, having a little problem getting it. There we go. The Ugly Duckling. So most of us are familiar with the story of the Ugly Duckling, but I'll go through the app itself and just play the actual app so you can see what it's like. Alright, and if you want to go back to the main menu, just tap the arrow back. Unfortunately, once you get into the book app, you'll notice it's a little harder to actually get back to the main screen. But we'll start it. So, story starts out, automatically flips, and how this works is you're going to have a little bit of a story here, and you read it all, and then you scroll down just like a book to the next scene. So this Ugly Duckling app will alternate with text, then a little story game thing, then text, and vice versa, continue on and on and on. So here we gotta choose the smallest egg. It's not gonna work. Oh, I got the smallest egg. Well, what do I have to do with it? That's what's a little annoying here on this app. You actually have to, it doesn't exactly say what you do all the time. You just have to actually pick it and drag it. Boom, like that. I notice it's not always quite as responsive as I like when I tap on an area where the whatever item it is. So you have to do multiple taps, but usually you can figure it out within less than a minute or so. Okay, and most kids should be able to figure it out. So tap next. Here we are again. As you can see, the font here is a little bit small, but it's definitely readable. It's not something you want to read in low light or if your backlight's not turned up all the way. Duck got up, but the biggest egg was still intact, and she got down again. I've been at it so long already, and I'll sit a little longer, the young duck said. At last, the big egg did crack. Peep, said the young one, and out he tumbled. And how big and ugly he was. He didn't look the least like the others. Alright, so, once again, I scroll down. Oh, another game. Who is born to ducks? Okay, for kids, they'll probably enjoy this part. Rabbits born to ducks, chickens born to ducks, ducks born to ducks. I will admit the chicken right here isn't probably the best one, but this duck is a pretty good impression of one. So, boom, solved that puzzle. And that's how this little Ugly Duckling game app pretty much continues all the way through. Go on, read text. As you can tell, there's some pretty decent cartoon graphics here. They're not terrible. They're well done. Some sharp vector art. Some good, you know, audio sounds when you actually complete a puzzle. Overall, it's a very solid feeling app. As I said, I don't really like how the touch and grab. See, like here, I'm specifically touching on the stick that floats, but it's not picking it up. Now it is. And look, nothing's happening when I drag it there, right? When I drag it like perfectly onto a certain section. And see, it's just not quite as responsive as I like. There we go. I mean, for some children that might be a little bit frustrating. However, overall, the little mini games aren't that difficult, and are generally pretty logic. What food's good for ducklings? Right, a worm. It's good for ducklings, but it doesn't say where I bring. Alright, so the duckling now has his worm, he's happy, and we continue on with the story of the Ugly Duckling. Would be nice if the font was a little bigger here, but it's nice how you have the graphics in the background. And here's a mean farmer girl who has kicked the duckling. You tap her leg to continue onwards. Going down here, and we have to choose the leaf, get it up there. I'm kind of skimming through this pretty fast. Overall, there's really not many typos or anything like that. It's a classic story. It has some decently fun games, good storyline. I mean, can't beat a Hans Christian Andersen story for kids. It's definitely something that will keep younger children amused. There are a few frustrating areas, especially with touch sensitivity and picking up where you're dragging stuff in instructions that might irritate little children, but I think they'll be able to figure it out in the end. And it's a free app, hard to complain about that. So if you're looking for a classic children's tale in app form on the iOS, take a look at this storybook game app for children, The Ugly Duckling. Alright guys, it's Philip Chan for the iPhone app review, and we're going to give this a solid 4 out of 5, okay? Later.